Hey, what's going on, everybody? Movie Phantom here, and yes, it's Thursday, so I decided that this will be the day we do upcoming horror movies. What's coming out this weekend, I'll, tell you about or whatever. And then if there's any new releases I saw, whether it's theaters or rental or whatever, boom, I'll, drop it off right here. Because, it's not like a horror movie opens up every weekend, so... And I decided that this will be the free day. Like, if there's no rental or, no movies I've seen and no upcoming horror movies, then this will be the one day where we just won't have a video. So, don't freak out if you don't see a, movie fan video on Thursday. This could just be the free day right here, so. And, of course, there's nothing coming out this weekend. At least not, majorly or even limited. There ain't really nothing, coming out. But I thought, I'd go ahead and hit up on a couple movies that already came out. One back in January and then, one last month in February. And I'd go ahead and review a movie I watched last week. So we'll just do all that. And of course, if you already read the description or whatnot, you already know what I'm talking about. So, but first let's talk about, back in January, a movie came out called The Woman in Black 2, Angel of Death. And me and Maya went to go check it out. Went to the theater. And you know what? I liked it. I thought it was really good. It's weird because I've been reading and hearing a lot of people just kind of, not really shitting on it, but not really praising it either. I thought it was very atmospheric. It definitely had that look to it. But it gets right to it. Like, that's what I like about it. Like, it literally just gets into it. And don't get me wrong, I really liked the first one in Black. I thought it was really good. But it did seem like it just took forever to get going. Like, it just... And I know it's like, it's building and whatever, but after when you watch it a second time, you're just kind of like, okay, fuck, let's get to it. Like, it wasn't like Alien. Alien, I can watch that movie over and over and over, and I don't know, I don't mind the build up in that, but for some reason, like Woman in Black 2 or Woman in Black 1, when I throw it in, I'm just kind of like, all right, let's get to it. Come on, no. So I don't know. This one didn't really seem like you had to wait a whole long. It gets right down to it. There were certain issues I had with it, I guess. I mean, it does kind of seem to lose its steam about, after the midway, mark. But that's been typical lately. It seems like, especially last year, a lot of the movies we watched, it kind of, fell victim to that, where, like, the first half would be really creepy. And I'm not trying to, get off track here, but, like, Annabelle. That was a good example of how, like, the first half is really creepy, really, scary. I mean, I'll even go as far as say even scary. And then at the end, it just turns into this, like, thriller. And you're just kind of like, I don't know, it loses all its, So, yeah, that'd be my only, complaint, I guess, would be that. But other than that, I thought it was alright. I give it, I don't want to say too much about it because it is, fuck, I think it may still be in theaters. Finishing up this theater run anyways. Should be coming out soon. So, but yeah, Woman in Black. There you have that. The other one. Now I didn't see this, and I don't know. I was a little disappointed by what I saw. What We Do in the Shadows, I think is what it's called. And it was the dudes who do the whole Funny or Die. It's one of a few of those guys. And when I read the little plot summary, I was like, that sounds fucking brilliant. Because like the little, the summary is like it's just like 3 vampires living in, modern times, deal with just the mundane, like, day-to-day living shit, or it's night-to-night because they're vampires, trying to pay rent, and I'm like, that sounds fucking brilliant, like, that sounds hilarious, but then when I watched it, it was a mockumentary style, I don't know, and I watched the trailer, I didn't think it was that funny, I did not, I mean, maybe I'm taking it too seriously, I guess, but I guess I had maybe one expectation, I had, certain expectations over here, and it was more over here, I don't know, I wasn't huge on it, but I haven't seen it, and I do plan on eventually watching it at some point, but I don't know. This wasn't my thing, I guess. At least that's a trailer, according to the trailer. But who knows, maybe movies might be funnier. And finally, I am just out of shape as fuck right now. Like, I just finished eating, and I come over here, and I'm just like, oh, God, I'm out of breath. I'm burping and shit. I'm a mess, guys. I'm a fucking mess. And then the movie I watched last week, Tusk. Kevin Smith's newest horror movie. I really liked it. Now, I could be biased because I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan. But I don't know, like, cause it's weird because a lot of people just seem to, like, either they get it right off the bat and they find, they get the humor and just the weirdness of it, or they're just turned off by it. And I know there's really no in between. I've yet to hear anybody go, It's really been a they liked it or they hated it kind of thing. And I'm in the camp of I liked it. I thought it was really good. Really bizarre. See, I never heard the podcast. Like I've yet to actually listen to single episodes, but I knew it was based on this whole podcast thing. But just the premise of it alone, I was like, I'm already sold. Like that's just fucking brilliant to me. You know, dude getting turned into a walrus. That's awesome right there. And I really dug it. I like the cast. Justin Long. I'm a big Justin Long fan. Michael Parks, of course, everybody out there who's a Tarantino fan, we all know Michael Parks. Sheriff Earl McGraw, and you had Haley Joel Osment, best known as the kid from Sixth Sense. All grown up, still a little chunky, has little fat chunky cheeks, but glad to see he's kind of working still. So I mean, that's good for him. And then of course Johnny Depp with comes out of nowhere, and that's fucking great. Like his role is just fucking awesome. But I really dug it. I will say, dude, when he puts him in a walrus, I don't want to give too much away, but you do know he turns into a walrus. When he puts him in like the walrus suit, that is probably the most grotesque looking thing ever. Like you're really just kind of like, oh, what the fuck? But yeah, no, I don't want to say too much. I don't want to give it away because it is a newer movie or whatnot. The ending, I mean, I know, and they even tell you if you heard the podcast, I mean, they basically break down the ending for you because during the closing credits. Like the first part of the closing credits is the theme music or whatever, but then it cuts to the actual podcast and it just talks about how the podcast or the movie would end, and it ends pretty much what they how they say it, and it's so depressing. You're just like, I mean, I don't know, like I like Justin Long's character. Like you can say he's a bit of an asshole, but I feel like that's me. Like he gets a little bit of success, and you know what? I mean, I wouldn't say it went to his head or anything. But it's like life has shit on him his entire life. He finally gets a little success. Yeah, sure, he may be being a bit of an asshole here and there, but overall, it's like, he's still a good guy. Didn't deserve what happened to him. So, I thought it ended kind of on a down note for me. I was like, oh, poor guy. Feel sorry for him. But no, thumbs up all around. Like I said, I don't want to say too much about it. I don't want to give too much away. This is the first of his Canadian or the Great North trilogy of horror movies. Up next, Kevin's supposed to be doing Yoga Hosers, and it's going to have the two convenience store girls, which is played by his daughter and Johnny Depp's daughter, and they have a little cameo in this thing. I always notice that cameo actually is a scene, so more than the cameo. And then of course the third one, which is what I'm looking forward to more than anything. If he goes through with it, I'm not sure if he's actually going to follow through with all these or not, but the next one is supposed to be Moose Jaws, which is basically Jaws with a moose, and I think that's fucking awesome right there. Like it's like instead of I guess a shark terrorizing people, it's a moose terrorizing people, and that's just fucking great right there. I'm all for it. So, Kevin Smith, I've read an interview recently where he wasn't really bashing Red State, which is his other horror movie, but he just said like he learned from the mistakes. And I'll tell you right now, in fact, I like Red State more than I like Tusk. I mean, they're both really good movies. But I don't know, I really dug Red State as well, and I feel like a lot of people kind of is turning against Kevin Smith, or have from before or whatever. But I'm digging this new style he's picked up. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Clerks and Dogma and Mallrats. I mean, those are fucking classics right there. But I'm digging this new horror Kevin Smith. Like, I like this Kevin Smith. I think, direction-wise, he's getting better. Like, I've always said that. Like, I've never really cared much for his direction. I didn't really hate his direction. But he was just a very basic director. He was just kind of like, shoot and, have the actor say their shit, shoot it, and move on. And it seems like here he's kind of, I mean, the fact that he's an editor now, he also edits his own movies now, I think that has a lot to do with it. I think now it just seems like they're more personal, style to it. And I'm digging it. I'm really fucking digging it. So, I don't know. I'm hoping he continues. I mean, I would love to see a Clerks 3, don't get me wrong. And I wouldn't mind seeing more comedies. Like I said, for the most part, I love all his fucking movies. All I didn't care for was Chasing Amy. Just went in my bag. But everything else, I mean, even Jersey Girl, I was a big fan of Jersey Girl. But I'm digging this horror turn, and I hope he continues it. Like, I really do hope that Yoga Hosers and Moose Jaws keep going, because I'm digging it. So, but yeah, that's really all I got. So like I said, guys, I wonder what you guys think about any of these three movies. Whether it be Woman in Black 2 or What We Do in the Shadows or Tusk. I mean, leave a comment down below. Hit me up on Facebook. Twitter, video response. You can leave the link down below. I'll check it out. Yeah, that's all I got. So until next time, tomorrow.